Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all honor and praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, where I learn this truth. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you Israelite foreigners that may look like the other nations, but whose seed line goes through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and one of the 12 patriarchs, of our nation, man. Peace, blessings unto you who have faith, man, and who believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I pray this is an edifying lesson, and I'm going to just get straight to it. The title of this lesson is pretty much Pestilence. What is pestilence and what is going on right now with this Hana virus? The word pestilence, it means a widespread deadly disease, plague, or severe outbreak that brings suffering and death to many people, right? So since 2019, man, with the CV19, that supposedly through, you could look it up. If you search up how many casualties because of the CV19, it will say tens of millions of people passed away from it, man. Who's to say that's true, or false? Because, what was going on, brothers already know, man. People was just going in there for any old thing, and, through Esau's mandates, them doctors was probably taking people out, man. But still, that was a form of pestilence, man, because it was a worldwide deadly disease. Though it was in the flesh, it was also very spiritual, man. And that within itself is a disease and pestilence too. A severe outbreak. I asked ChatGPT, what is pestilence? What can pestilence look like today? And again, it goes into global pandemics like the CV19, Ebola outbreaks, viral infections, diseases spread through poor sanitation, war zones of famine areas, right? So, all these things, man, we've been seeing in recent years. In the last 20 years, there's been many signs that things in pestilence are being, either spiced, created, and the Lord is just putting that out there, man, for judgment. Let me get a quick precept real quick. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, starting at verse 14. And then the headline is penalties of disobedience. This Leviticus 26 and 14. But if ye will not hearken unto me, saith the Lord, I will not, Salakia, and will not do all these commandments, right? So, for going against the commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, he had reserved judgment, man, and pestilence is one of them. Pestilence is one of those judgments that the Lord was going to issue out, man, for our people, for their crimes, ultimately. The Lord, man, he's about righteousness at the end of the day, man. He's about his promise and his word, and our people as a whole, man, we went against the promises and the words of the Lord, man. So, starting with the elect, we had to go through things, man, through troubles and tribulation, and we still going through that now. But hey, now we've been rewarded with the Rakah HaKodash, with the Holy Spirit, and through faith, we've come back and made that return to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. But for the 2/3 of our people, you know, they ain't gonna return to the Lord, man. So certain things like pestilence gotta come at them, man, full force, you know. And I also asked ChatGPT what pestilence looked like in ancient times, you know, and the bubonic plague, you know, Jake was getting proud, so the Lord had to get them through that, man. And also through that, the enemy was conquered Jake too, you know. Deadly fevers, you know, skin diseases, you know, epidemics spread through cities, you know, livestock diseases causing famine, right? And the Lord, he's getting ready to bring that back too, you know. He's getting ready to target your farms, you know. He's getting ready to tag everything, man. The livestock, you know. You know, the scriptures say that ye shall eat poison and live, you know. But now, you know, things is going to be amplified, you know, pushed, maxed out, multiplied, you know. The wickedness that this devil's getting ready to come down with is, hey, man, we've been warning you people, man. Starting with our elder apostles on down, we've been giving out warnings. But hey, whether y'all hear or forbear, you know, our job is to still preach this word, man. We're the watchmen. We gonna be sighing and crying, you know, and warning y'all. But if y'all don't want to hearken to the words of the Lord, man, well then, hey, you know, the Lord is getting ready to hand you over unto the enemy, you know. Let me get this real quick. Jumping down to verse 25, Leviticus 26 and verse 25. And I will bring a sword upon you. And who's that sword? That sword is Esau, Edom, man. And his blessing, you know. And his blessing is that sword. And that sword is how he will live by, you know. And reading on, that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And the Lord, he uses Esau, man, you know, for correction, you know, to overcome our people Jacob when we go off, you know, when we disobedient unto the Lord, you know, when we not in tune with our power, you know. The Lord, he sends our enemies at us, man, you know. And when ye are gathered together within your cities, right? And how did this what's it called, the Hana virus, you know, the honest virus, what just happened a few days ago in that ship, in that cruise ship, you know. Jake was gathered together. I believe it, that ship departed in the land of Naphtali, you know. And Jake be over there thinking shit's smooth, thinking shit is cool, you know. Reading on, and when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send pestilence among you, right? And the Lord, man, he's sending these diseases via these animals and these unclean things, these unsanitized things, you know. And though y'all thinking shit is sweet, shit is good, the Lord is feeding y'all poison, man. He's handing y'all over to, you know, your enemy. And ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy, right? And again, all this is chastisement for being disobedient unto the Heavenly Father, man, and not obeying his words, not following his ways and his statutes, man. You know, the Lord, man, he ain't playing with none of that, you know. And let me just read this here. The honest virus outbreak as of a few days earlier this week till today, May 8th, you know, how is it transmitted? The anise virus is unique because it is only the honest virus known to spread between. It is the only honest virus, you know, because there's multiple types of this virus, but this one is believed that typically through close and prolonged contact. So, hey, man, you people thinking shit is sweet, you know, getting close to strangers and things like that, man, you know, y'all paying for that, man. And I bet you the way this shit is transmitted, it may not even be like a sexual type of thing, but hey, it's rooted off adultery. It's rooted off something that you people shouldn't even be partaking in, man. You know, because I'm pretty sure all those women in them cruises, they be shaking butt, but they all got a man that paid for that cruise, and that dude ain't even there, man. Some sucker, you know. But hey, she out there using him, spoiling him out, you know. But hey, man, you people got what's coming for y'all, man. All you whores, you whoremongers, all you people gonna get this, man. Y'all gonna fall by the sword, man, which is Esau Edom, you know. And if y'all don't fall by the sword, y'all gonna fall by pestilence, man. And if y'all don't fall by pestilence, y'all gonna fall by the famine. So either way, man, you 2/3, y'all got y'all judgments heading your way, man. You know. I also asked ChatGPT, you know, to give me a list of the last 50 years, in the last 50 years, the pestilence that been around, you know. And the main one, just like I was going into just now, HIV and AIDS, since 1981 to the present day, has taken out over tens of millions of Americans, and worldwide, one of the deadliest modern pandemics. So, you know, you people thinking, hey man, hopping from rod to rod, you women, you know, you gay ass man, taking shit, putting up things where y'all shouldn't be putting things out of, man, you know, and you wicked ass Edomites, man, because it starts with you demons. The scriptures say, you know, in the book of Job, that Job wouldn't even want his dogs around y'all, man, you know. And also AIDS and shit, that also can be transmitted through animals, man. So you wicked ass people popping animals, you know, and then thinking, you know, having y'all little freaky shit going on. And then a lot of you wicked ass people, man, mainly Esau, you know, they like having sex with the dead, man, you know. And then they go on and have sex with living people, man. Just transmitting and throwing all wicked shit out there, man. You know, all you people getting ready to pay, man. You know, and y'all gonna fall by either the sword, you know, the modern day gun, you know, the pestilence, you know, the famine, you know, or the wars, man. Y'all gonna fall, man. You know, but it all stems because y'all was disobedient and y'all ain't turning back to the Lord, man. So these things got to come to pass. Another one, the Ebola virus from 1976 to the present day, man. And earlier in the early 2010s, when I was about 9, 10, 11 years old, or 8 years old, even around that time, Ebola was a big thing. I remember that in elementary school. Whoa, Ebola virus, that shit is the most scariest thing out there, you know. But not knowing, this goes back to the 70s, man. And it's still something that goes on, man, you know. Deadly outbreaks mainly in Africa with high fatality rates, you know. Rabies is also something that that's a pestilence, man, because it's a disease through these through contact from these animals, from unclean things, man. You know, the MERS, you know, the MERS from 2012 to the present day. It's a form of coronavirus with high death rate, mostly in the Middle East, you know. So hey man, and all these are places where, yeah, the heathen rule over, but there's our people there too, man. You know, Jake is amongst them too. COVID-19 from 2019 to now, which caused global pandemic, causing millions of deaths and worldwide disruptions. And we getting ready to experience a worldwide disruptions, man. You know, with these wars going on, everything finna be priced up all over the world. You know, these pestilence, man, these diseases is getting ready to spike. Everybody finna be cautious. Somehow everybody and their mama is a germaphobe again. You know, Mpox, you know, in 2022. outbreaks, international outbreaks spreading across many countries, you know. Hey, man, all these outbreaks, health crisis, you know, they're known as pestilence, man, you know. And a lot of the other things that cause diseases, man, opioid epidemic, you know, rising of chronic disease rates, you know, famine related diseases outbreaks. So hey, man, all these things is getting ready to happen, man. They getting ready to be stored up time and time and time. Let me just get this real quick, going into the book of Matthew, man. You know, when you hear of wars and rumors of wars and nation against nation, you know, and pestilence and famine, you know, and all these things is taking place, man. You know, read Matthew the 24th chapter. All these things we seeing it happen at a quick pace, man. So pretty much, you know, this is a lesson where I could do parts of 2s and 3s, and I could continue doing different parts of this lessons, man. But you know, with that, and also before I close, just a couple hours ago they had 2 more, just an hour ago or two, they had 2 more cases of this virus, you know, out there in New Jersey, man. You know, everything's finna change, man. With the twinkling of an eye, things is gonna be different out here. Real soon, everybody gonna be in fear again, and everybody gonna be in shock, you know. But hey, man, this is all coming from the Lord. So with that, pretty much this is part 1, the pestilence lesson. I want to give all honor and praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Once again, double honors and salutations and peace and blessings to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, elder bishops, elder brothers, on down. Unto you I say shalom, and I pray this was an edifying lesson. Shalom.